Imagine a smartphone showdown, where a Chinese powerhouse takes direct aim at Apple's crown jewels. Could this be the ultimate challenge to iPhone dominance? Xiaomi's latest 17 series phones are here, packing secondary screens and massive batteries that promise to redefine what a flagship device can do. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this innovation, or just a clever mimicry of Apple's playbook? Stick around as we dive into the details, and you might just find yourself questioning your next phone upgrade. Critics might argue that Xiaomi is borrowing a page straight from Apple's launch playbook, while loyal fans could cheer it as a bold attempt to outshine the competition. Regardless of your stance, it's evident that the tech giant from China had Cupertino firmly in its sights during the unveiling of its new flagship lineup. And this is the part most people miss. Despite the echoes of familiarity, the phones themselves boast unique features, particularly the innovative second screen adorning the backs of the two Pro models. Let's break down the naming first. Xiaomi's previous top-tier devices were the 15 series, recently joined by the 15T models, so jumping to 17 feels like a deliberate leap. We're accustomed to Asian manufacturers sidestepping the number 4 due to its unlucky connotations in some cultures. Think OnePlus vaulting from 13 to 15 in their flagships this year. But Xiaomi's move is different. The company has openly admitted it's skipping ahead to 17 purely to align with Apple's numbering scheme, as shared on their official Weibo account. Add in the debut of a second Pro variant, and you've got a lineup that sounds eerily similar: the Xiaomi 17, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max. To drive the point home, Xiaomi's CEO Lei Jun repeatedly pitted these against Apple's fresh iPhone 17 models during the Beijing launch, meticulously comparing specs and claiming victories in battery life, speed, camera quality, and beyond. That said, Xiaomi's hardware stands on its own merits, with specs that back up those bold claims. The Pro and Pro Max models shine brightest thanks to their additional rear display, positioned where you typically see the camera bump on comparable iPhone Pros. This secondary screen functions much like the cover displays on modern flip phones, curving around the camera lenses to offer a selfie viewfinder, music controls, interactive widgets, and more. Think of it as a mini dashboard for quick interactions without unlocking your phone. Xiaomi isn't pioneering this dual screen idea. We've seen Android phones experiment with it before, like Nubia's bezel-less dual-screen device from a few years back, or Vivo's Nex with its two-screen setup. Yet the practical enhancements from flip phone interfaces could make Xiaomi's version more user-friendly. And for gamers, there's even an official Game Boy-inspired case with real buttons, transforming the phone's back into a handheld console, perfect for retro gaming on the go. Beyond that, the two Pro models are largely identical except for size. The standard Pro sports a 6.3-inch display and tips the scales at just 192 grams, while the Pro Max boasts a bigger 6.9-inch screen but weighs 231 grams. Xiaomi emphasized that it's slimmer and lighter than Apple's 17 Pro Max, with a supposedly more durable display. They demonstrated this in a promotional video where a figure skater glides across the screen. Definitely not something to replicate at home, as it might void your warranty. Powering both is Qualcomm's newly unveiled Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chipset, a beast of a processor designed for top-tier performance in gaming, multitasking, and AI tasks. But here's where it gets interesting. These phones come with colossal batteries, 6,300 milliamp hours for the Pro and a whopping 7,500 milliamp hours for the Pro Max, supporting 100-watt wired charging via the universal PPS standard and 50-watt wireless charging. For beginners, this means faster top-ups and longer use without plugging in, ideal for busy days or travel. Cameras are a major focus, with each phone featuring three 50-megapixel rear lenses. They share the same f.167 main camera and f.2.4 ultra-wide, but the telephoto lenses differ slightly. Both offer 5 times optical zoom, yet the Pro Max's larger sensor and wider f2.6 aperture should capture sharper, brighter photos in dim lighting. Think clearer night shots at a concert or low-light family gatherings. The base Xiaomi 17 might not grab headlines with its lack of a secondary screen, but that could make it more appealing for everyday users who prefer simplicity. It matches the Pro's 6.3-inch display, boasts a comparable 50-megapixel triple rear camera setup, and runs on the same Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip. The real kicker for the 17? It packs an even larger battery at 7,000 mAh, surpassing the Pro. Xiaomi hammered this home with another iPhone comparison, pitting it against an iPhone 17 in a video playback endurance test. In a dramatic twist, they attached a 5,000 mAh MagSafe battery to the iPhone. Yet the Xiaomi still lasted longer. Will this translate to real-world usage? It's hard to say, but it was entertaining to watch, and it sparks debate. Are these battery claims overhyped or a genuine edge? All 3 Xiaomi 17 phones are now up for pre-order in China, with full availability hitting shelves on September 27th. Pricing starts at 4,499 yen, about $630 for the 17, 4,999, around $700 for the Pro, and 5,999 yen, roughly $840 for the Pro Max. Global plans remain unannounced, but a European rollout for some models could arrive next spring, possibly coinciding with the MWC trade show in late February, where Xiaomi might unveil an even more advanced Xiaomi 17 Ultra. What do you think? Is Xiaomi boldly innovating or just playing catch-up with Apple? Do you see the secondary screen as a game changer or a gimmick? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you're Team Xiaomi or sticking with your current device.